Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Harakakwadash. And double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone. And a sincere Shalom to you, I can bring out this word in diligence and in truth. And as you see, this article is from the BBC.com, and it reads, 3 unalived and dozen sick after eating sea turtle stew. Right? It says, 3 people have died and at least 32 were hospitalized in the Philippines after eating an endangered sea turtle cooked in stew. And these are the heathenistic ways in which, Yahweh Shem Shah told us to stay away from. Right now, regardless if they give the names of who ate it more, whether it was Jake or not, the law was given, as that measure of how to, how to walk upon the earth, man. Right? Matter of fact, it says 3 people have died and at least 32 were hospitalized in the Philippines after eating endangered sea turtle cooked in stew. It says dozens of indigenous Tejure people reported symptoms such as diarrhea, vomiting, and abdominal spasms since eating the dish last week in a seaside town in Maguindano del Norte province, officials said. While it is illegal to hunt or consume sea turtles under the Philippines' environmental protection laws, the marine creatures are still eaten as a traditional delicacy in some communities. And well, there it is, even in the law, given in the Philippines, it's illegal to hunt and consume, and then they still ate them, right? But this is what happens, when Israel isn't in power. You have these type of occurrences, man, where the lawlessness of where the what's the word? The mandating and the pushing of the law isn't, to the whole planet, It's not regarded as truth and wisdom, right? Matter of fact, let's get it. This is Leviticus 11, right? Because we understand the law was given unto Israel. We understand the law was given unto Israel. Nevertheless, the law being, as the scriptures say, the schoolmaster, it's wisdom that all nations should and will eventually adhere to. Hence, these occurrences won't be happening, man. This is Leviticus 11 and 2. It says, "Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven-footed and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat." Right? So eating things like amphibians, reptiles. The scriptures tell us not to, indulge in those things. Right? But when you have the heathen and ultimately Esau ruling, this is what happens. You have people eating all different diverse kinds of flesh, man. You got people eating a crocodile and alligator, raccoon, bear, sea turtle. We can go on and on. Just because you can cook it don't mean you should eat it. And that's why these people are idiots, man. Right now, we understand Moab, they can get away with eating all different types of stuff, and they'll live to be 100 and whatever years old. But that's because they're not under the law. But in the kingdom, they will never be eating the same things that they eat, in the kingdom, man. Right? Because the law is going to go forth out of Zion, man. Right? If we catch a heathen trying to eat something unlawful, judgment comes, man. Everything has its order and balance, in the earth, man. And they already told you that this animal which people are hunting and consuming are endangered. Right? There are already few numbers of them because y'all been killing them and eating them, along with Esau. So now you're dwindling numbers now, which causes what? An unbalance within the earth. There's a purpose for sea turtles in the earth, man. Just like there's a purpose for roaches, there's a purpose for rats, there's a purpose for all different manner of beasts. They all play a role within the ecosystem. And here it is, you dwindled the numbers down so much, to where they're endangered. Same with Moab and eating sharks, man. Shark fin soup. That predator is at the top of the food chain. And what does that do? That basically regulates the number of seals. That regulates the number of those creatures in which, the sharks eat, the orcas eat. So that it's not a surplus of them, Because what? If it's a surplus of them, guess what? They're going to be eating all the sea creatures like the shellfish, your lobsters, your crabs, your shrimps, your oysters, right? Your scallops. They'll eat the abundance of them, which now causes an imbalance within the seas. So everything has its purpose. But here it is. Hey, they regard not, how Yahweh Shema Shai set everything up. Because they have to be taught, man. It says, whatsoever parteth the hoof and the cloven footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof. He is unclean unto you. So it must be both. It says in the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof. He is unclean unto you. And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof. He is unclean unto you. And the swine, though he divide the hoof, and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you. Of the flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you, right? And basically the cud is, for example, a cow. It has multiple stomachs. It'll eat the grass, it'll spit it up, and it'll chew it again, right? That's the cud. That action of eating or regurgitating, that particular grass or hay, spitting it up, chewing it again, man, right? I did a lesson on it before as well. So on the page, it says, these shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas, and in the rivers, and of all that move in the water, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be in an abomination unto you. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. And here it is, Moab and Ammon, they eat octopus and squid that are alive, man. They eat them while they're alive. And you have reports of them consuming those creatures and dying because their suction cups or their tentacles get stuck in their throat and the people suffocate. Hey, well, that's judgment happening to you for being disobedient. Just because you can cook it don't mean you need to eat it, man. So let's grab another precept. It's Isaiah. Matter of fact, I'm going to read this and I'm going to get back into that. It says, but sea turtles that consume contaminated algae, including those that appear healthy, can be toxic when cooked and eaten. So, right, algae, right, which is a plant within it's like chlorophyll mixed with a bunch of other, naturally occurring things, which it is a plant. In the water, and what it does is it not only provides chlorophyll into the waters, but it also provides food for like plankton, phytoplankton, and photoplankton, which are like microscopic organisms. It provides a food source for krill, which are almost like little shrimps, but these things eat the algae, man, right? So the sea turtles also regulate how much algae is actually in the water. Right? It says some of the dogs, cats, and chickens that were fed the same sea turtle also died. Why are you feeding your animals that, man? But it's good. It says the sea turtle was cooked as adobo, a popular Filipino dish consisting of meat and vegetables, stewed in vinegar and soy sauce. Here it is. You have that whole ocean with all those amazing tasting lawful fish in there, and you want to eat a sea turtle, man. Hey, well, good for you, man. It says residents of Datu Blah, a coastal town known for its white sandy beaches and clear waters, frequently get their food from the sea. Hey, they eat things like sea urchins, right? It was unfortunate because there's so much other seafood. Didn't I just say that, man? That's the spirit. That's the spirit, man. That shows you, is the wisdom is lacking from these nations, man. There has to be a nation that rules over them. And that nation has to be the nation of Israel. Why? Because when we go back, in our perfection, man, not in the state that we're currently in, but when we don't have these hearts of stones, and Yahweh Shem Shai puts forth the heart of flesh, back into us, right? And the law be written within our inward parts, and we be perfect, right? As the scripture says here in the book of Deuteronomy 4, and I'll start here at 5. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read 4. It says, But ye that did cleave unto the Lord Yahweh your power are alive, every one of you this day. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power Yahweh commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, Surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great who hath Yahweh so nigh unto them, as the Lord our power is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that hath statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day? Right? And we're going to go back to that wise and understanding people, a nation of kings and priests in the kingdom to come. And the laws written in the scriptures are going to be the same laws which are implemented and made mandated in the kingdom, man. And everyone is going to see how beautiful and balanced the earth is going to be, man. Heathens, even he's going to be in hell because our heaven is his hell, as his heaven is our hell. But they're going to actually see how our world is ran, man. See, under King David and King Solomon, King David put the nations in subjection, and King Solomon, king of peace, right? The wisest king to ever live, right? We understand that 80 years between both of them, 40 and 40, that not only was the nation of Israel, the top nation during that time, but when you look at the nations around, like, for example, King Solomon had cities just for substance, man. Cities for horses, cities for the substance, right? And the scriptures speak about how in the kingdom to come, the gates are going to be open, and they're going to bring in the forces of the Gentiles, right? But they're going to see real leaders, man. And it's going to be profitable. Here in this world, you have people dying of diseases because of poor diet, because of the water is defiled, the earth itself is defiled, the animals are sick, which then in turns get the people sick, right? So all of these things, that this world upholds, is death, man. So when we get into power, life is going to flourish upon the earth, man. And these nations are going to enjoy a rulership under Israel. Because it's going to be what? Rule, but it's going to be in righteousness. Here you having people die because they have these wicked, greedy lust of food, man. Something as simple as not following the Levitical law is why so many people are dying, man. Specifically Israel, but you see something as simple as this, not eating a sea turtle, could have spared lives of people and pets. Now to get back to that in Isaiah 2, right? Matter of fact, because they said something here. It says, residents of Datu Bla Sin Suat, a coastal town known for its white sandy beaches and clear waters, frequently get their food from the sea. It was unfortunate because there is so much other seafood in their village. And they say lobsters here, which is an unclean animal for us to eat, because it's what? It's like a water decomposer, much like how you have the shrimps, much how you have the scallops, much like how you have the oysters. All these creatures are there to purify the seawater, man, and keep it in balance, right? So it says lobsters and fish, but the fish is in abundance. You literally throw a line out into the ocean, and you more than likely gonna catch a lawful fish, man. But this is what to the lengths they go, to appease their appetite. It says the shell of the sea turtle was consumed, man. So these heathen didn't even keep the shell. They ate the shell of it, man. It says most of the residents who were hospitalized have since been discharged, while the 3 who died were buried immediately in line with local tradition. It says he told local officials to strictly enforce the ban on hunting sea turtles in the region vowing this food poison incident will never happen again. Hey, we'll see, you know. Hey, because the three that's gone, hey, they learned their lesson. But the other ones, hey, they still believe in tradition. And that's really ultimately Yahweh Shemaiah's judgment coming upon them. Right? But I want to go into this. This is Isaiah 2. At the top, it says, the word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. Right? Matter of fact, and the scriptures even say that the law, one second. I believe the scriptures say, speak on, paraphrasing, that the law isn't grievous, man. You know? So like, look for it really quick. If I can't find it, then I'm just continuing the book of Isaiah. I'll write the same thing. No. Here we go. 1 John 5:3. Call on Yahweh Shema Shai. Right? And I'm going to start at the top. It says, whosoever believeth that Yahweh Shai is the anointed, the Hamashiach, is born of Yahweh, and everyone that loveth him that beget loveth him. It's like it. And everyone that loveth him that begat loveth him also that is begotten of him. Right? This is 2. By this we know that we love the children of Yahweh, when we love the Most High, Yahweh, and keep his commandments. Right? For this is the love of Yahweh Bashim Shai, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Matter of fact, I want to go into that word grievous, 1 John 5:3. Right? And it said burdensome in the NLT. His commandments are not grievous. Right? It says G926, Bar Osi. It says burdensome, severe, weighty, cruel, unsparing, or violent. It's not weighty. It's not grievous. Right? It's not a burden unto you, man. It's really profitable for your life when you actually take a look at all the laws in which are in the scriptures, man. It's all for a purpose and the benefit for the people. Something, a law as simple, you know, that we can't maintain in this society, or we can't keep in this society, like the not having mixed fabrics, right? To the average person, they read, oh, you're not supposed to have mixed fabrics. They'll have a problem because they don't understand the wisdom within it, right? These materials all carry vibrations, and our bodies carry vibrations and electricity as well. So when you have counteractive material on a body that produces, you know, vibrations and electricity, guess what? It cancels out the signal, so to speak, man. Right? Charges and electricity can be dulled by the medium that's around it. So that's the same with our bodies. Cotton, polyester, these are materials that are low in frequency. But when you take a look at materials like linen, which are high in frequency, they're also lighter fabrics. Things like perspiration happen at a faster rate but dry up quicker, because sweating is actually good for your body, right? They have a higher frequency, and when you wear them, you actually do feel better, man, right? But when the average person comes across that scripture, they don't understand it. But it's a benefit in it, man. So the law is not grievous. It's for the benefit of us. And that's why the law is going to be established when Israel is back in rulership, man. So let's get that in the book of Isaiah 2. Because things like this, eating sea turtle and getting sick, man, it shouldn't happen, right? There's no reason for that turtle to go through all that hell, even the shell being eaten, because some fucking heathen want to eat it, man, when it's thousands of lawful fish in the sea right next to it, right? It says, the word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain, right, the government, the house of David, which is the government of what? The 144,000, which consists of men, right? And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it, right? Because, we're going to be ruling, It says, and many people shall go and say, and how do we know that? Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And the scriptures also tell us that Israel hath a world without end, right? Meaning what? Eternal. It says, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, right? The law. And we will walk in his paths, for out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Right? So war is going to end, right? And we'll have the full power and the power to bring forth judgment, right? What else? It says, O house of Jacob, come ye and let us walk in the light of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. And even Jake is down with these heathenistic customs of eating whatever they feel like eating. Hey, you still got niggas in the country. You got that one nigga on YouTube, man, that show him cooking bear and snake, anaconda, and python, right? Catfish. Hey, you have Jake doing and eating all these abominable animals still. Hey, so they gonna get judged too, man, because the law is for them, right? And it's also why Jake has they're number one in health complications, man, whether it be diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, gout. You know, we can go on and on. Diabetes, all these things, man, because the adherence to the law, they forsake it, right? Going back to the article, see if there's anything else in there, and I'm gonna close out. It says most sea turtles species are classified as endangered, and it is illegal in the Philippines to collect, harm, or kill any of them. However, sea turtles are hunted in some cultures for their flesh and eggs, which are believed to contain medicinal properties. And that's some heathenistic shit right there. But it says in 2013, 68 people in Philippines, Eastern Samar province fell ill, and 4 of them died after consuming a sea turtle found near the village. So the heathen gonna keep, doing these things until they get the real correction, right? Which is ultimately they just gotta go to the spirit realm, right? So I just want to bring this lesson to the body. Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Harakakodash. A double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere shalom to Yakim, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.